welcome to As Yet Untitled Food Blog with me, Adam, and my amazing daughter who's behind the camera, Lois. Say hi, Lois.
Hi.
So tonight, Lois and I have been talking about doing this food blog for a while, and I've had it in my mind that people get really intimidated by food and entertaining and having people around, and there's all these dinner parties and all these shows about people having dinner parties, and actually, food's a really important thing. It brings people together, and you shouldn't feel like you have to have a proper dinner party. You can just do something simple. As long as everyone has a good time, that's good. So yeah, that was the kind of idea that I'd had for a blog, so that we could do Saturday night food that's really simple and easy, and so that people will make food for each other more, you know what I mean, and have a bit more of a bit more community. So anyway, we've been talking about this for a while, and I said to Lois, "Do you want to do that tonight?" And she said yes, and that's fine. And then we were doing the cookbook club thing this month. Is this cookbook called Simple by Diana Henry, which we'll probably get out later. And I decided I was going to do this thing out of that Burmese chicken because it looks really simple. And it's kind of actually most of what we'll do in this, I'm kind of hoping will be stuff that I've done before, so it's going to be tried and tested. So I haven't done this before, so that's one thing. But the worst thing that happened is I need skinned and boned chicken thighs for this recipe. So whenever I went to the shop to get those, they didn't have any, and I've ended up with skin on, bone in chicken thighs, which would obviously affect the cooking time, don't you know? And seeing as I'm going to fry these later, I don't really want them with the bones in because that'll take far too long. So I am skinning and boning them, which is not as hard as you would think. Certainly skinning them is easy. Boning them is a little bit more difficult. A bit fiddly, really. It takes a bit of time, but there you go. So that's what we're doing now. Now, you see, we're just working this out, so we'll probably, stop the camera for a bit, because this would be boring, right? But look, I'll just show you. Just there's the skin off, really easy. And then there's all this. Do you want to zoom in, Lois?
Yeah.
And then there's all this kind of sinew that comes off this. Can you see that?
Yeah, I just zoomed in with my fingers.
Oh, you zoomed in with your fingers?
Yeah.
You're super good. So you just kind of push that off the end with a knife like that, and throw that in with the rest. And we're going to keep all this and make, well, maybe not the skin, but we'll keep all the bones and stick them in the freezer, so the next time we're making chicken stock, we'll have loads of these nice thigh bones as well, so they won't go to waste. But yeah, and then you sort of have to, I'm sure, but I mean, I'm no butcher, and I'm not being taught by a butcher, but you're basically just cutting around it, cutting around the bone, and it'll come out a lot flatter. A boned. This is embarrassing. Now I'm screwing this up. But a boned thigh will be quite a sort of flat piece of meat. Oh yeah, totally screwed that up. Anyway, so I'm doing about 10 of these more. So you can come back in a minute when I'm done, and then we'll work on the marinade. Bye!
So all the chicken is skinned and boned, and we're gonna make a marinade now.
Woohoo! Give me an M. No, actually don't bother.
So it's one.
Shush! No, we're in the middle of something. Stop. Shush. So we need a teaspoon of ground turmeric. Go for it.
Oh.
You gonna? Yeah. Okay. Clara. Okay, cool. And then half a teaspoon of salt.
No, let's do a pinch.
It's going to be 2 really big pinches with your fingers if you want a half a teaspoon. Yeah, I'll put a bit more in because you can't have too much salt.
Just count.
Okay. And then we've already grated this ginger here. So that is a 2 centimeter piece of ginger which we've grated, and also 4 garlic cloves just there, which I had 3 really big ones, so I just did 3. And then we need 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. So Okay.
You missed. No, stop. You
What?
missed this bit.
Oh yeah, the cayenne. Yeah. How much cayenne?
Like
Half a teaspoon again.
teaspoon.
Yeah, just give it a. I mean, yeah.
Add a bit more.
Wee bit more. That's not quite half yet. A bit more. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, and that's it. You need a big wooden spoon though.
No.
But what's it smell like?
It smells
Paint
disgusting.
a picture of smell.
It smells.
It smells
smells like
disgusting.
Fish sauce is pretty funky smelling, obviously, but the garlic and the ginger are probably fighting there as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be back
Daddy,
soon.
Can I
To
show
finish
you
this
a
off.
video?
So we have boiled the chilies, and now we're gonna make the dipping sauce.
Oh my god. There's a pungent aroma off those.
So a little bit, and these garlic cloves.
3.
Yeah, 3.
Okay.
And how much?
1 tablespoon of
1 tablespoon of this fish sauce again. My
Yeah.
favorite thing.
the sauce that smells like daddy.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 of those, and then 2 of that rice vinegar that you have in your hand. This is the book, by the way. So this is the cookbook club book for this month. This is the first thing I cooked out of it. So looks really nice book, but I haven't had a minute, Lois.
Yeah.
Cook anything until now.
And then some sugar.
Yeah, so 3 tablespoons of that.
And
And then
then
the last thing,
some lime,
yeah,
which is here.
as much. It just says a really good squeeze of lime, so you know it doesn't kind of. So we've got an awesome. These NutriBullets are awesome. So make sure the lid's on tight, and then blast the bejesus out of it there.
Officers say it was a traffic accident.
Hold
11
on.
people were injured, 9 have been taken to hospital. A man has
Oh, it leaked.
a reporter
Oh.
lister.
All right, we'll be back later with more excitement. The leaking NutriBullet and chili lips. So the dipping sauce. Let's just. it's taking those seeds out. Didn't mean that it's not spicy. Let's put it like that. We also have rice on. And this rice cooker is the best 80 quid I ever spent, by the way. I know that's ridiculous for a rice cooker. It's the best thing ever. Anyway, so now the only thing left to do is to fry off the chicken. So this chicken's been marinating now for, well, 45 minutes. So should have what it needs. Okay, so the oil's hot enough now. It says to cook it in batches. I've got my biggest pan, but I reckon it's not going to be enough. So yeah, that's hot. Okay, so want a good colour on it. Want to make sure it's not sticking as well. And like, it's kind of important. You want to try and make sure that your chicken is kind of equal kind of thickness, because then it all kind of cook through at the same time. Obviously that last bit that I put in there is going to be behind everything, so just need to remember that. Yeah, but I think that's enough to get. So you turn the heat down. Okay, so this first batch of chicken is kind of, some of it I think is ready. And it's interesting actually in the book. It doesn't give it time to cook, because like you can see, look, this is tiny and this one's massive, so it also says in the book to keep turning them, so I've been doing that. But I guess the key thing is, like, you're gonna have to cook this one way longer than you're gonna cook the small one, right? The small one's not gonna take as long, and I think I've sort of been trying to teach myself to kind of feel for when chicken's cooked, because you know you can't Ow. you can kind of feel it. So if it feels like a bit bouncy, then it's kind of cooked, and if it feels kind of, you know, like soft, like the difference between these two, I can definitely feel that's not cooked. I can definitely feel that one is. So I'm gonna start taking. I'm gonna take a small one off, put it in the oven, keep warm. I actually think this one here is pretty good as well, but these other ones need a bit longer. So I guess, you know, moral of the story is it's great if you can learn to teach yourself to do that. So that's not really. Last time I was talking to somebody about this was at the barbecue that we have in the summer, and I was talking to Phil Harrison and James about how I was teaching myself to cook chicken this way, and I just handed James like a raw piece of chicken, which was kind of embarrassing. So, you know, key thing is if it's raw, you can cook it. You can put it back and cook it some more, but if you overcook it and dry it out, you can't fix that. So people get really kind of worked up about sort of underdone chicken, and you don't want to eat raw chicken, definitely, but you want it to still be moist and have that kind of real nice juiciness about it, like. And I find the best way to get it like that is by touch. Lois has found a bit that she thinks is cooked. What do you think? Yeah. She's dying to eat it. Smells good, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does smell good.
Tastes good?
Hey. So we got our first bit of feedback, and my mother was not pleased that there's no vegetables.
Very unhappy.
But I don't know what else she meant, like rice and chicken and what else, like broccoli or something. Yes, broccoli!
Yeah, wow.
So this is the
chicken. Serve it up.
Chicken.
Get it on there with the rice. No, other way around. It looks nicer that way. Well, don't pick it up and turn it around. For God's sake. This food vlog's gonna get better. Like I did need to. Alright. So we've had a taste of it.
It's really nice.
It's delish.
It's really nice.
And we'll maybe have a sign off in a minute. Alright.
Out the way.
So, hi everybody. We just eaten, look. Like we totally cleared our plates. Anyway, that was really nice, wasn't it? Really nice, actually. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the taste?
8.5.
8.5. Well, I would concur. That's a good rating. And in the scale of easiness, how would you rate it? It was really easy.
6.5.
Easy. It was easier than that.
Daddy,
I thought, yeah.
I 6.5 just because the cooking was boring.
Well, boring isn't. I mean, boring is easy. Anyway, as I say, I think that was a very easy dish to do. Something that anyone could do. And also, then what do we give our film ability?
0.
I give it 0 because we filmed in portrait the whole time. So next one will definitely be in landscape. Sorry about that, everyone. You know, but if you're watching your phone, yeah, it'll still be fine. Anyway, finally, what do you give the vegetable rating, Lois?
10 out of 10.
But there's no vegetables, so yeah, in trouble with all the rest of the fam. Well, no, in trouble with Mummy because there's no vegetables in this. Diane, honestly, what were you thinking? Okay, we had a lovely time. This is probably rubbish and nobody will watch it, but you know, we tried it. Thanks, bye.